That moment though when you realize how many people have been inside Kurogiri.
I thought he said he was very selective.
Yeah, I guess not. Okay. All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for My Hero Academia, Season 3, Episode 3.
Okay. So, the actual, like, for real training.
For real training. And it's the kind that will make you want to just die.
Exactly.
Also,
Bakugo should be very happy.
Yes, but also Class 1B is involved. Going back and rewatching the first ones there, we didn't see Class 1B show up, but they talked about going to the same, camp, essentially.
Right. So the question is, will they actually have them trained together, or will it be like, they're here too, but again, to keep the classes, manageable, we keep them separate or something like that.
All I'm excited about is I think that this is an example of where the creator is having fun throwing all of his character designs on the screen as often as possible.
Yeah.
And that just feels like the theme of Season 3 will just be a lot of things happening at once, and I'm
Bones
really
is like,
excited
okay,
about
we'll
that.
do our best.
Yeah, poor Bones. They
can handle it.
Let's do it with like 6 people at a time. Let's not go above that number. That's good.
It seems like Shigaraki has more hands than last time.
But that's another thing. Speaking of numbers, the villains are not only growing, yes, but they are like ready to move.
Yep.
Like in the end credits bit, they were like,
"Oh yeah,
all right. Whenever we get the word, we're on standby." Standby sounds like the kind of thing where you have like a drop ship, and you're like, all right, whenever we pull this plug, like you all are dropping into enemy territory.
And there was a lot more than just the ones we had seen previously. Like it wasn't just Toga and them.
And Dabi.
Yeah. Like, there were several others.
Well, I mean, we know that there's going to be more. Right. And we have seen them before in Season 2. Like we saw the Stain sympathizer guy.
That's true.
We saw the guy in the forest.
That's right.
Yeah, we've seen a couple bits here and there, and then we have the opening as well.
Right.
But in particular, the story seems to be still focused on the camp and potentially this whole bit with Kota.
Yes, which is awesome.
Yeah, and I really want to keep that as a focus and not just kind of brush it off.
Right.
Like I
don't think they will.
No, I don't think they will either. But I want them to go in depth into it because I don't want Ideku's, kind of his, his vision of what it means to be a hero be basically untampered with.
Exactly, and I think that's the reason why they brought Kota in.
Right, so that he can re-question what it really means to be a hero, and also double down on his own ideals. Kind of like the opening.
Yeah.
All right, I'm expecting exciting things this episode, so this is going to be good. So without further ado, let's get into it. No, I mean, yes, this is how we do reactions in My Hero Academia. This is swiftly growing on me, the opening.
Yep.
Because it's a story opening. Like, some of the other ones had more, like, hype bits with character designs, like this one.
Yeah. But this really shows what this season's whole deal is gonna be.
No, I'm meaning, like, the story so far.
Oh, yeah, all the stuff with, that part where Deku stands up and All Might's behind him, that's just about one of the most amazing things ever. And then, of course...
Yeah. Because when I say story opening, I'm not meaning literal plot from Season 3. I'm talking about, like...
telling the story that's happening.
Telling the story of what My Hero Academia is all about.
Gotcha.
It's about keeping my ideals,
Right.
It's about all these different people that have their own ideals.
Right.
Even the antagonists, the villains. Then the drum beat. Yeah! Oh man. Are you ready? Let's do this.
Can you ever be ready? Oh, okay.
That is why literally the opening is amazing.
Right.
Whoa! Jeez. Oh.
Alright. Cool.
That's awesome. Oh yeah. Kaminari! Oh, the reach.
Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
there you
good,
go.
Kota. Oh.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's just pure chaos.
Okay.
Cool. I love just Bakugo screaming in the background. It's amazing. Oh, the next Pussycat member.
And where's the? Yep.
Yes.
Oh, here.
Yes. I love it. The full version. Search.
Okay.
Whoa. Whoa. Dang.
That is amazing.
That's really good. Yeah. Telepath.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, she's mainly through talking. Playa body.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
Okay.
So it's like super flexibility or something for
Well, his muscle
Tiger.
fibers have been ripped apart a bunch, but we need to do it consistently at a good amount.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So search is good because then they can keep track of all of them.
Yep. And the telepath one can like help them be like, hey, fix this, you know,
Yep.
without going over to them and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're weak, Quirk.
Yes, sir.
Ah.
災害時など避難先で消耗した人々の腹と心を満たすのも救助の一環。
He's like, this is part of being a hero. Yes.
That's right.
最中うまいカレーを作ろう。みんな。
Yes. Make the most delicious curry. It is so useful.
That is a great point. Yeah, she can just create a
genius.
lighter.
That fourth wall bit of Jiro looking at the camera, just like, oh my god. Aw.
He's figuring out useful ways to use his fire.
Right, right.
出したら微妙かもしれないけど、この状況も相まってうめえ。やぶだな。
私の個性は資質を様々な
Right, right.
して想像するので、たくさん蓄えるほどたくさん出せるのです。
うんこみて。
It's like, ooh.
お腹空いたよね。
Deku's bringing food. Yeah.
Oh, good boy. Yeah.
ごめん。足跡で。
そんなにひけらかしたいのかよ。力を。
Oh.
君の両親さ。ひょっとして水の個性のウォーターホース。マンダレか。いや、ごめん。
頭いかれてるよみんな。バカみたいにヒーローとかヴィランとか言っちゃって殺し合って、個性とか言っちゃって、ひけらかしてるからそうなるんだ。バカ。
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
コウタ君は個性。超人社会僕の友達さ。親から個性が引き継がれなくてね。先天的なもので稀にあるらしいんだけど、でもそいつはヒーローに憧れちゃって。でも今って
Well, nice. My friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
火を吹こうとしたり
Oh.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
個性に対していろいろな考えがあって一概には言えないけどそこまで否定しちゃうと君が辛くなるだけだよ。カレー置いとくね。
No, that's fine.
Like,
こいつ
Yeah, and that's at the absolute like max.
Oh, crap. They're already here.
ていうかこれいや可愛くないです。
What the heck?
開発者が設計したんでしょ。
So this might be
What
showing
the
how people
heck?
can become villains.
Yeah. Oh,
何
7 of them.
どうでもいいから早くやらせろ。ワクワクが止まんねえよ。
黙ってろイカレ野郎ども。手のチンピラをいくら集めたところでリスクが増えるだけだ。や
Whoa.
るなら経験豊富な少数精鋭。
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
まずは思い知らせろ。てめえらの平穏は。
So that's 6 pro heroes against 10
Villains.
semi-pro villains, kind of.
But there's
thing.
also 40 students.
There's
so-
40 students, but that just sounds like chaos. That doesn't sound like really helpful stuff. I would say it's almost even.
昨日の補習が夜中の2時までやるとは。
Oh my gosh!
父だし。
What the heck?
何をするにも原点を常に意識しとけ。
Yes, yes,
工場
well
ってのは
said.
そういうもんだ。
Okay.
何のために汗かいて、何のためにこうしてぐちぐち言われるか。
Dang, Bakugo's just holding
It's
it
like
in
he's
there now.
talking straight to Bakugo.
Right.
原点
猫猫猫。
Neko, neko, neko. Wow.
今日の晩はね、クラス対抗肝試しを決行するよ。
Oh,
Okay.
Very
ス
cool.
タートはお前の前
I hate scary things.
闇の境
Revelry in the dark. Tokayami, I love you.
猫ってところが気に入っ
おい。プリンスウルトラは。
爆豪くん包丁
Oh my gosh. Whoa. That's amazing.
なんだから包丁にうまいと久々に才能も。
That's amazing. I love these little bits of the
Yeah.
just building character. I love it.
相沢先生に聞いてたろ。
Ah, Todoroki. Yep.
コウタくんのことで。
コータ。誰だ。
あの子だよ、ほら。マンダレーのいとこの。
He's not here again, is he?
Nope.
あれ、またいない。
Oh god, what if he was abducted?
Well, yeah, I get the feeling what's
Yeah.
gonna happen is once the villains attack, Deku's gonna be like, crap, he's probably at his hideout. And that's how they're gonna basically separate him from the group.
オールマイトならなんて返したんだろうって思って。轟くんならなんて言う？
場合による。
そりゃ場合によるけど。
素性もわかんねえ通りすがりに正論叩かれても煩わしいだけだろ。
Oh,
That's-
here we go.
何をした。
Or is taking.
Oh.
Yeah.
だけで動くようなら、それだけの重さだったってだけで。言葉には常に行動が伴う。
Sure.
Todoroki is basically taking what Deku did for him
yeah.
and translating it into.
だから私は動か
Yeah.
された。
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
君は
お前がそいつをどうしてんのか知らねえけど、デリケートな話にあんまズケズケ首突っ込むのもあれだぞ。そういうの気にせずぶっ壊してくるからな。お前意外と。
なんかすいません。
Your hands have stopped moving! They must continue to
Yes.
move! Otherwise, we will not eat on time!
次は肝を試す時間だ。
Mina is very excited about
大
that.
変心苦しいが
But you guys still need to
少年たちはこれ
practice.
から俺と授業
Oh my gosh, Mina!
日中の訓練が重くておろそかになってたので
Oh my
という
gosh.
わけで脅かす側先行は B 組。
Okay.
A 組は2人1組で3分おきに出発。
In
ルートの
pairs.
真ん中に
How much you wanna bet
名前
Deku and
サイトを
Uraraka go at the
それを
same
持って
time?
帰ること。
闇の共演。
Revelry in the dark. He said it
脅
again!
かす側は直接手引きでパートナーを決めるよ。
二人一組。
Oh, Suyu and
20人で
Oh, nice.
一緒だから
Watch.
1、2、
Wait, is he-
3、4、5、
Is he the odd man out?
7、8、
Ha!
20人、3、4、5、6、7。一人余る。
くじ引きだから必ず誰がこうなる運命だから。
闇の共演。
What is with this revelry in the dark nonsense?
じゃあ5組目ケロケロキティうららかキティ行きましょう
Oh,
They would actually be a great combo because
yeah.
古代お前の脅かし今んとこ全員ビクってなってっぞおってなんだよ
てかちょっとささっきから微妙に
Oh crap.
バブゴたちビビって
That's
oh yeah, and
yeah,
they're all
they're all split
split up.
up. This is not good. This is not good.
しちゃダメこんな煙
What the heck?
And that music.
Yeah.
まさか山火事
Okay.
Dabi?
All right.
Oh, he has a fire quirk. Whoa. 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 What?
Okay.
Holy
okay.
crap.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
No.
Oh my gosh.
飼い猫ちゃんは
Oh my gosh.
なんで万全を期したはずじゃ
Oh crap.
なんでヴィランがいるんだよ
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Oh no. Yep. Yep.
No.
Oh, this show. Oh my gosh. It's
Okay,
so
okay.
hype.
All right. Yeah.
All right. All right.
Yep. Because
Yep.
they had to split everyone
Everyone
up
up, yep.
and say everyone's going to be actively trying to scare you. So when people start using quirks,
Yep, yep.
they might not think much of it at first. No.
Screaming! Oh, good. They're doing a great job. No, I'm actually being abducted. Someone save me!
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
But really, like, how
Oh,
did
crap.
the villains find them? Like,
All for One did something.
sure, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what Shigaraki said. And the thing is
right.
that I get the feeling All for One has his own like whole other
Yeah.
game he's playing, and Shigaraki is just one of the like main important focuses of his, you know, whole existence, basically.
Oh boy.
Kind of in the same way in that All Might's life doesn't revolve around Deku,
Right. Yep. Yep.
but like, you know.
Okay, Aizawa just looks so cool in the suit.
Yes,
Like-
yes, he
like-
does. Well, he's younger too.
Well,
like,
yeah.
So there's that, you know. Okay, they didn't
Yeah,
waste time.
so-
We're getting right into this.
See, okay, now after this, right? Once this is all over, I hope the hero, you know, association and everything just decides, all right, we're going to assume that the villains will find us,
Right.
and we're just going to keep like the kids in a very secure position so that when the villains attack,
Right.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Because this is
Yeah.
literally like they just ended up doing something for fun that literally made it the worst possible scenario for them. The villain
Yes.
attack.
Yes. In terms of, in terms of training courses, testing courage and stuff, I get that.
But
like,
there are other ways to do it because, yeah.
because this is basically all right. We're going to have everyone into little mini groups.
Yeah.
Which is fine. They're not going to be. No one's going to be alone. Well,
But we're gonna split everyone up. Oh yeah, one person will be alone
At night.
That's okay. At night,
when
and-
security is the most difficult to maintain.
right, and we're going to have them all go off separate from each other, and then have there be a contest to see how much they can make everyone scream. Because here's the thing: it's not just the class 1A kids; it's also the class B kids.
1B, yeah.
Right, because they're also split up. Right. They're hiding. They're trying to be quiet, right? Someone could sneak up on them. They're completely focused on the path and other people that come through. They
Sure.
could get nabbed and no one would even know.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. This is obviously a mistake on their part, but this is so unprecedented in terms of the
That's
fact that
true,
they
that's
switched
true.
locations and stuff that we can't blame the heroes for the villains finding
Yes.
them. The villains finding them shows how competent the villains are.
Right.
And the other thing that the villains had in this case was gear. And that gear is
It's
probably
true.
specifically like Hatsume Mei's would be. It's for like making their
Yeah.
quirks more effective
Right.
in order to, cover their bases, maybe give them
and maybe protect
ways
them
to
from
quick
each other's
getaways.
quirks. Because there seemed to be like breathing apparatuses, and there was some kind of knockout poisonous gas or something. So I wouldn't be surprised if for some of them they're like, okay, we're going to be doing this.
Well, they were in separate areas too.
They were in separate areas too, yeah. So not all of them would need it, I guess.
The villains, in particular, seem to be being led by Dabi,
right?
Which I'm kind of excited about.
Yeah,
because
that'll
that
be
means there's the
interesting.
potential for Shigaraki to not be here.
Right.
Which is
hopefully
awesome.
Shigaraki's not here.
Well, I think that it would be cool to have a bit where we don't focus the villains stuff on Shigaraki.
Right, this is the way to introduce all the new villain characters as well.
And also, this is a very risky mission because, how are they going to get away? They better have some very clever tactic to get away.
Have Kurogiri on speed dial.
I think that's it, probably. Kurogiri is waiting for when he will warp in, but they also came there seemingly individually, so that they wouldn't be spotted.
Sure, that is a great point. Now here's one of the other things that I'm a bit curious about. Now, a part of me gets really excited for this because the way that this is set up, they kind of broadcasted their arrival. But what you would traditionally want to do in something like this when there's stragglers is you'd want to pick people off so that you can get a few without people realizing that you're there.
That might have already happened,
That probably already happened, especially with Class 1B, and then Kota.
Right, well, they released the gas early before people knew that something bad was going on. And this is the other
so they
thing.
probably hit a lot of people with that.
Right. There's probably 10 people that realized immediately that it's villains, and there's probably about 20 people that are still clueless.
Right.
They just see fire, and they smell something, and they're like, wait, is that one of Class 1B's quirks? And specifically, the one with Search got hit quickly.
Yep, that's true.
Early on.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not 100% sure if that was the one with Search, because there's Pixie Bob, which has earthbending.
Right.
There's Tiger, which has the pliable body, probably some kind of flexibility.
Right, and then there's the telepathy one,
which is
the red one.
the leader.
Yeah.
And then there's
I think
the Search one.
Right, I think they specifically took out the Search one, because otherwise that would kind of,
But is she dead? Is she gonna die? You were wanting death. This could be it.
That's true. And that would be awesome, because here's the thing.
That'd be horrible.
Because here's the thing. The villains made the attack, right?
Right.
And it's a perfect situation for them. They got lucky with their attack even, because the kids were all split up and everything.
I think they were observing for a while. That's why they waited until...
Yes. But the fact that such an opportunity presented itself, that's very fortunate for them. So I want them to be successful, right? Because
they probably will be.
Exactly.
It just depends on what the goal is beyond... making a successful attack. Are they trying to just rattle the pro heroes? Are they going to try and kill a couple people? Are they going to try and abduct some kids?
Yeah.
What in particular is the goal
that's
beyond a shock and awe aspect of it? It's just what type of shock and awe are they going to try and go
for? Right. If
are they going to hit and run? Are they going to just burn the whole place to the ground with Dabi's, fire quirk and just light the forest ablaze?
But whatever their goal is, I want them to be at least moderately successful, because everything was set up so nicely for them.
Yeah.
Because if they're not, then it will be very hard to take them seriously.
Well, okay. I think that they will be moderately successful, and that's almost obvious. Right now, they're already moderately successful. The only way it could get worse is if half of the villains died for some reason. But even then, the only villains who I could see probably getting taken out are probably the ones that are the most damaging to the group as a whole, and that's the gas guy.
Okay.
Because that might have been the equipment, but I'm guessing that the guy that had the stormtrooper kind of Nazi-looking gas mask thing, that guy is the big threat. All the other ones are all big threats, but he's the one that could potentially take out the entire
because
group.
Because his thing is so far-reaching.
So far-reaching, yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
I kind of hope there are character deaths, though.
Yeah. Let's jump back to the beginning of the episode a little bit.
Okay.
So we went through a montage compilation of all of Class 1A.
Yep. Which is great.
Showing how they're utilizing their quirks in a repeated, intense fashion.
Yeah.
That's basically just working out. Like,
Yep.
I like that.
Right.
That just makes sense. It keeps it simple for the world as a whole, that repeated usage of your quirk makes it stronger. But do you know what that means, Jacob? People that get hero licenses will naturally end up with stronger quirks, because legally you're not allowed to use your quirks in most areas.
Sure, or at least not against people. Yeah.
Well, yes, but I would say almost like specifically anyone that has a quirk that, manipulates the environment in some way.
Sure.
You would almost never be able to use your quirk unless you were a hero.
Right, or like on your own property or something, because then your property damages.
But we don't know what the legal ramifications are of that.
Yep.
Maybe within your own home. But what that means is there's this very like roll the dice aspect of your quirk. If your quirk is one that can be conveniently used in everyday life, you will naturally get to be able to use it better regardless of what career path you choose.
Sure, like Momo. She probably would be just fine even if she hadn't been in the hero
Exactly.
course.
And Kirishima is probably along the same lines as well.
Sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
Bakugo?
He probably wouldn't care.
No, but I think that's an example of a quirk where he had to be a hero. And if you think about where that puts society as a whole, there's going to be a bunch of other quirks that are like, well, no, your quirk is not very societally beneficial.
Right. Hence, people becoming villains, probably.
Like Shigaraki.
Yep.
Like,
or whatever Toga's quirk is.
Well, okay, we don't really know anything about Toga.
It seems to involve some kind of, like, poisons or something.
No.
Well, she had the syringes, and now that could be tech that is just given to her.
You're forgetting season 2. Blood loss. She was involved with
right.
a whole lot of things with blood loss. It was almost basically given in just her design that she's some kind of vampire.
Right.
Like, that's why she's creepy yandere girl, is she probably drinks people. The syringes are probably
to help her
drink people.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Right. And okay, now did you notice that
which is not societally, approved and stuff.
They also did something along those lines with Kota going away to his hideout. Now they showed a crater in the cliffside, right? Which was probably his quirk, which would mean because the villains, they didn't show the villains there yet, right?
Yeah, but remember, there was one already in the cave, and they all came individually. What could have been happening, Jacob?
All right,
I just want to throw an alternative thing out here. I don't think that's Kota's quirk. I think that if his character is one that is so scarred trauma-wise from his parents' hero work and the whole idea of quirks, he despises it. If he has a quirk, he doesn't use it.
Okay.
That's like I do not see him using his quirk.
Okay.
You think of it being as that this is where they're showing how a villain could form.
Exactly. Because one of the, in context, at that part when they showed that bit, it was either Todoroki. Yeah, I think it was Todoroki. I didn't think it was either Todoroki or Bakugo, but I think it was Todoroki. It was talking about what they have been doing and what they are doing, and then that was when it showed the crater.
No, it was after Deku left from talking with him with the curry. Then it panned over to that.
Okay, well, but the point is that was something that was there in context. I'm pretty sure they're saying that was Kota doing it, which would mean kind of a lot.
Yeah, I think you're on a very interesting theory bit. But I don't think you're right. I think that
we'll see.
Well, yes, we will see. But I think Kota, the whole point with Kota's character here is that he's not in a place to be able to receive something like Todoroki was back in season 2.
Absolutely.
So Deku is trying to do not exactly the same thing, but he kind of is.
Yeah.
And
he's trying. He's not succeeding.
Well, right. But Todoroki brought up the main difference is that Deku is a stranger.
Yep.
Deku and Todoroki had at the very least the benefit of just having to spend time with each other because they're in the same class.
And the idea that Deku's words came with action of, you know, their whole fight and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think what that means is that Deku had to go and find Kota in this situation because it's the perfect opportunity for him to show action to protect Kota and do what a hero should do.
Yes.
The question is My Hero Academia the type of show where we're going to let Deku succeed?
Right.
I think it would be cool to show Deku actually kind of fail, but keep going anyway. And that's the action of a true hero, is that Deku's not going to die like his parents. So it's kind of dark.
Yeah.
But he's going to give it his all, and that's going to shift Kota's thinking just enough, you know, to where he can look at heroes not necessarily in a favorable light, but in a not I despise everything about hero society kind of light.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm curious as to why you think that was Kota, because we haven't revealed that he even has a quirk yet.
I don't see how you could think he was anything but Kota.
Well, because at the end of the episode, they showed someone coming out of the cave. I know that was a separate day, but the way they panned over to the music, the music made it seem like, it didn't make it seem like the threat was Kota. It made it seem like it was a threat. Like there was a threat. And
I would say that Kota is very young and he's very emotionally distraught. So he probably wouldn't. There would be some inconsistencies. Probably
it's also a little high on the wall. That's another thing that I think visually wise felt a little bit off. I think if anything, we would, you know how, if they wanted to do that, Jacob, because I think that would be awesome if that's what it is. The thing is, I think I'm predicting based on what makes a little bit more sense than what would be awesome. Because I think my theory is lame. I think your idea is awesome. It's like I want yours to be right, but I just don't think it will. What would have been a great way to do that is if they went inside the cave and they showed like multiple little craters all over the wall. Basically of him going into his hideout and just punching out the wall with his, his negative emotions.
And see,
but they didn't do that. They just showed one, and it was off to the side. And I'm guessing the secret hideout is the cave, not just the whole area.
Sure.
You know?
Okay. But now here's the real question.
Okay.
When Deku gets there, is Kota going to be gone already? Like, is Deku actually going to be able to fight people there, or is he going to be gone? Because I would think that, from a story perspective, they'll want Deku to at least see Kota being taken away, or something like that, or have some sign be left. But given the timing that things were happening at, I don't think Deku would be able to get there before they leave.
Well, here's the thing, Jacob. When you do timing things like this, it doesn't have to be linear.
That's true.
Deku could have left, long before that. And also,
and he is very fast.
Deku is very fast.
Yeah.
And because he now knows, directly where it is, he could move in a straight line instead of wherever the walkway is. He could come up the cliff. That would be awesome to see him just
superhero three-point landing and being like
tree, jump, and then
that's actually okay. Okay. Regardless of whether the crater was Kota or not, Deku does not know that.
Yes.
And also Kota's a kid, so he's not going to expect Kota to defend himself or anything, right? We'll get to see the way Deku acts when, for all intents and purposes, someone that can't defend themselves is in danger.
Yes. Now, it's slightly similar to the Bakugo situation because Bakugo couldn't defend himself really against the sludge monster villain, but Bakugo is still kind of fighting on.
Exactly.
So it's going to be a different situation to where Bakugo won't go down in like 2 seconds, but this kid, he's
not gonna.
He's going to put Deku at a disadvantage, like a huge disadvantage, if there's an actual fight. Like it's kind of the whole Jedi defending the others thing. So you don't shoot at the Jedi, you shoot at who the Jedi's defending, and then Jedi adhere to the silly practice of self-sacrifice.
Yeah, the self-destructive path of pacifism or whatever.
Yes.
Right. So
I would like to see a chase. Actually, I would like to
chase
see.
would be awesome.
I would like to see Deku grab Kota and just boom, 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 and then they're like, "Oh, wait, is this the kid Shigaraki?" About, and they're like, "Oh, we got to get him."
Yeah,
That's another thing. Is the goal Deku? Like, if we think about the villains in particular, is the reason why they're here specifically because of Deku?
Yeah, that's a good point, because it could just be a shock and awe thing.
Right.
But if it's like, all right, do shock and awe, but also watch out for this kid. This
and
is
if
what he
you
looks
do
like.
see him, bring him to me,
Okay, if Deku got captured, that would be insane. Probably not going to happen, but that would be ridiculous.
But that would be a really cool kind of connected bit to the next segment of the story, is that they don't necessarily know Deku has One for All, but imagine if Deku was brought before All for One. Well, and it was and he just looked at him and he knew immediately. He's like,
that would be okay.
And then he leveraged Deku to bring All Might,
and that's how All Might dies.
That's how All Might dies. Yeah,
that would be
that would be so amazing. Genius.
That would be so amazing.
Man. And
that would be a way to twist the whole idea of the the shonen rescue mission, right? By making it be the main character that's been captured.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
That's way off in like future Wonderland, but that if they wanted to really just make us just jaws hit the floor, that would be a way to do it.
That would be a way to do it.
Yeah.
Can we talk about all the slice of life, like cooking the meals and the curry and
Bakugo's very handy with a knife.
Well, see, that's the thing. There were all these little skills that people utilize here.
Yes.
And they did them in such a way as like, it's matter of fact, of course. And Bakugo is the perfect example of that, because Bakugo is just like, yes, I'm dedicated. I work hard. And Uraraka's like, I'm surprised, and Bakugo's so pissed off, like, what do you mean? Why would anyone be bad at cutting things with a knife?
And who was it that was like, wow, it's weird seeing Bakugo competent like this? Like,
no, they're like, now his competent side is back.
His competent side,
yeah. I think it was it wasn't Kirishima, because Kirishima responded after that being like, oh, everyone's so energetic.
Yeah.
They're okay. Favorite bit in terms of like quirky, haha, pun intended, things that happened.
Ida just running across the screen in the background.
Ida running around in the background. Bakugo just like screaming in the background. But the other one was
Tokiyami?
No, it was Jiro talking about when Momo was talking about the lipids bit, the part before that,
right,
where she was bringing up the lighter, the little bit there, and when she turned it on. Now this is the thing. I'm sure the shippers interpret this a very specific way, but in some ways I think it's great. Is that Jiro kind of had this like turned on look and came and looked directly at the camera right when she like whipped out the lighter thing, clicked and lit the fire, and Jiro just kind of went like this and went.
I saw it as being something where that's I hadn't thought about that. What I saw it as being is that Todoroki's, they're like, hey, Todoroki, help us out, light the fire. It's super useful, super helpful. And Momo's like, no, you need to rely on yourself. Otherwise you won't be able to figure out how to, light fires on their own and stuff.
Right.
And then she just uses her quirk to pull out a lighter and lights the fire. And Jiro's just like, oh yeah, easy for you to say. We can't do that.
Okay, I like that interpretation a little bit better. That's pretty good, because Momo is kind of the girl that has everything.
Yeah.
Almost literally, pun intended. Like, she came from the super wealthy, well-endowed family.
She has
no pun intended again. But like, can literally
the most utility quirk ever.
She can literally sculpt her body's physique by selectively removing the lipids, the fat cells.
Yeah.
So that she basically looks like a model, like
right,
pretty consistently,
and she can just make whatever she wants.
She wants. That is okay. That's really funny. So Jiro is doing the Jim Halpert, like looking at the camera, like, "Are you kidding me?" Like,
like easy for you to say. Come on.
But then Jiro defended her.
That's right.
When Kaminari and Kirishima are like, it's like poop, and she's like, like. Just dejected. She
just punches him in the face.
How dare you?
She does like punching Kaminari.
That is true. I'm sure the shippers appreciate that as well. But hey, you know what character who has like very little character had a very intense emotional moment this episode? Mina Ishido, when she realized that they weren't going to be in part of the scaring thing. Her eyes, and she went like full like mangaka, like drawing Sakuga kind of style, and she's like, "Are you kidding me?" And Aizawa selectively removed their quirks, restrained them, and dragged them all away. And Mina looked so disheartened.
Oh yeah, because
she was so upset.
Like if anything, her quirk is like being the bubbly person, among the girls, right?
Yes.
Like Urarok is very cheerful and everything, but no,
Mina is a whole other
being
level.
Just energetic all the time, even when it doesn't necessarily like make sense.
Mina Ishido is the ESFP like to a T.
Right.
Yeah.
So hearing that like, oh, we're going to go on this test of courage where we're all going to be scared and everything, that's probably like something that she was very much excited about.
Yes.
And it's like, you're not going to get to go.
I'm guessing that when she was a kid, she really enjoyed that part because Mina seems like the kind of person that would have had confidence issues growing up because she
horns?
Well, no, because she's pink. She looks like a cute monster essentially. But the thing is, she still looks inhuman. Kind of like a monster. She has this. In some ways, she kind of got a mixed package of quirks, and I'm really excited to see like what her parents look like because one of them had the potential I dispense acid kind of thing, but the other one might have had one of the more physiological changing power. So she got both of those, but one of them didn't end up being a quirk. It just kind of changed her appearance somewhat.
Right.
But the way she kind of projects herself so much, I think I'm either reading into this way too much.
I mean, it'll probably be a long time before we see, like...
Yeah, Mina Ishido character development.
Well, Mina Ishido's parents.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Like, we're still waiting on a whole bunch of
other parents
before that. But yeah.
Yeah, we haven't even seen Ida's dad. Well, no, technically we have.
That's right.
Because... Flashbacks and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we
haven't seen Deku's dad. But that's nothing new. This is a shonen after all.
Right, that's true. Okay, so then we had them making the curry.
Yep.
We had the reveal of the 4 Pussycats, which is important that they did this before the actual villain's attack.
Right.
But those quirks are very complimentary.
They are.
I really appreciate having almost a parody, if you will, of the hero team squad.
Yes.
Being done kind of in the like
go Power Rangers.
Yes, exactly, with all the costumes, the synchronized dance opening kind of thing. Well, it's not really a dance, more like a pose.
Yeah.
Is it a JoJo's reference?
What I'm curious about though is what is the big guy's quirk, because they
Playa body.
Yeah, Playa body.
Right.
So that I guess just means he's super flexible.
Playa meaning like moves.
Right.
So I think it's basically just, really good control over his muscles. Maybe.
So like a limited Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Like he can't stretch, but he can like move himself around, and that would explain why
he's like triple jointed all over, basically.
Right, and that would explain why Deku had so much trouble actually landing a punch on him.
He would just contort his body in some weird way. And
exactly.
Deku's like, nani?
But that also seems like something that could potentially be very limited in its usufulness. Like he's obviously,
that's why he has to be strong.
Right. That's why he has to be strong.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, that's very limited situations. Like, what if they don't have like a physical attack quirk?
Right.
You're toast.
For sure.
Yeah. But that'll be interesting to see how they help defend the students from the villains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool. In particular, the other introduced Pussycat was the one with the search quirk, who can essentially hold data on 100 people maximum.
That is insane.
As long as she's seen them.
If she ever sees All for One,
yeah,
like keep her safe somewhere far, far away because
All for One, we do not want him getting that quirk.
Well, also, if she can just keep a log of like, oh, he has these quirks.
That too, but also his location.
Oh yeah, and his location, like
Yeah, I'm really surprised that her quirk is one that they just kind of casually are like, yeah, she has it. And I'm like, what?
Hold on. We've been watching Hunter x Hunter. We know how important
information gathering
on their powers is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to rewatch this episode like immediately after the discussion because I want to figure out, did Pixie Bob get hit first? I would think she's actually the most problematic in terms of combat ability of the four. Like, she has insane combat potential as a master earthbender, essentially.
Right, yeah.
But the search quirk is also terrifying.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I don't want to assume that MHA will incur any plot holes here. Mm-hmm. But there's a couple things at stake here in terms of plot holes. Her quirk is search, right?
Yeah.
If she sees any of the villains, she will be able to find them again. Right. Now, here's the thing. If the villains targeted her first, that means they knew what her quirk was. If we don't find out that someone within the villains group of 10 that they brought here has the ability to do some other kind of reconnaissance in determining what their quirks are, or maybe they have someone with super hearing that was listening in on everything, then we have to assume
that it was just random chance that she got hit.
No, because if she was first, the way it seems like she was targeted, then I want to go and pull back up the idea of there being a potential
rat.
Yes, like someone leaking information.
Sure,
because we're not sure. We're not sure if she was targeted first intentionally or not. But I would like it if that she's not targeted intentionally and it was random. Mm-hmm. If she lives through this and anyone gets abducted, we now have a plot-related way that we can find them again. But I would love that it wouldn't be as simple as just, we go there and we will rescue them. Right. It's that we go there and it's a trap.
Well, sure, but here's the other thing.
It's a hardcore
Here's the
trap.
other thing. Her combined with the telepathy one, that means she can know where they are. They could keep in touch with them. So I think that's one of the reasons why they weren't as worried about the students separating and stuff.
Sure.
It's like, we can always know where they are, and we can always telepathically contact them.
Yes.
So
we don't know the range of the telepathy.
That's true. There could be all kinds of limitations and stuff.
I think that's a good thing. By them introducing telepathy early on, we had wondered, could quirks have telepathic, kind of mind control bits?
Yeah, we've seen Shinso.
Shinso's had some physical aspects to it, though.
Right. Like, he had to actually talk to them to get them to do things, and they had to answer questions and things like that.
But with telepathy just being, I can talk to other people in their heads, that's really terrifying, because that's either stupidly OP, or it has a lot of limitations that we don't know about, so that she can't just scream in their head.
Well, okay, that too. But because if people did get captured, right? Let's say they're captured and, and it's like, oh no, they're being taken away. And you know their location, but you don't know if it's a trap or something like that. You could just be telepathically contacting to them as they're being taken away. They might have a bag over their head or something, but if they don't know that she has telepathy, they don't know there's an information leak, right? If they make the mistake of doing some kind of villain monologue to somebody, and it's like, oh, this is great stuff, and suddenly it's all getting transferred back.
Wait a minute. Telepathy would be the best way to be an information leak.
Oh.
Yeah. Especially if there's a decent amount of range in that.
Well, I hope not, though, because the red one, of all the Pussycats, the red one is the one... Yeah, I know.
I'm a child.
Yeah. The red one is the one that's shown the most character depth, I would say. Yeah. Because, talking about Kota and all that.
Yeah, I just think as a quirk...
Yeah, that could totally be...
Well, then they would be ruined if that's the case.
Yeah.
But, so that's why it's totally not that. But... There's a bunch of reveals in terms of other little things. We have confirmation of Dabi's quirk.
Yep.
It has something to do with blue flames,
Right.
Which I got hardcore Azula vibes. Okay. Here's
Anytime there's blue fire, how can you not get a
yes, but you didn't maybe you did, but did you immediately go from Dabi has blue flames, Todoroki is Zuko?
Okay.
This show loves to reference really good stuff.
Sure, but
if Dabi is an Azula reference, does that mean he has some connection to Todoroki?
I wouldn't say connection to Todoroki. I would say maybe that they're set up to fight each other.
Exactly.
But even then, the best
story
part,
connection.
The story connection. Because the best part about Zuko and Azula wasn't the fact that they fought each other. Even though a Dabi versus Todoroki fight would be amazing. Yeah, it was the sibling idea that how much Azula could get under Zuko's skin, not Todoroki. So
wait,
I don't know.
Could be Todoroki's sibling. No.
He has black hair.
No. Think about this. He has his face stitched and stuff from skin grafts. Okay. What if Endeavor? This is one of the failures. Endeavor.
That would be insane.
Holy crap. Okay. Think about it.
Yeah.
Endeavor has said that you are the best of all of your predecessors. We don't know how many kids he had. Dabi's name is not Dabi. He has said that. I'll tell you who I am when it's important.
Okay.
All right. My fingers are tingling here.
He could have dyed his hair and all kinds of stuff. Now
he could have done that stuff with his skin to intentionally change his appearance.
Now,
because if your father is the number 2 hero, you'll just grow up to kind of look like him because of genetics.
Right.
And
okay. When
What?
Dabi was using his fire, one of the features of him that they drew attention to were his eyes.
Yes.
Which were bright blue. Endeavor's eyes are bright blue.
And Todoroki's are bright blue as well.
So
the one that's not burned.
Right.
But that's another thing. Guess what Endeavor used against the Nomu? Blue fire.
His fire became blue. Okay.
This is too good of a theory.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be.
But if it was. Now, okay, the potential issue with that theory, right, just to play devil's advocate, is that all of the other siblings, because Todoroki was the youngest, all of the other siblings he determined to be not worth the time, right?
Sure.
So
Dabi
looked pretty powerful. So the
so
question is, why did Endeavor not think, oh, this guy's promising? It might be because he didn't inherit the ice quirk that he wanted him to.
I think what it was is that Dabi was just too
he wasn't moldable.
Well, yeah, but he probably wasn't. He wasn't that powerful when he could have left the family essentially.
Sure, and maybe that helped. The fact that
his vengeance will be him being strong enough to kill his father.
Okay, that would be fantastic, because now I'm just seeing a Mexican standoff. Todoroki, Dabi, and Endeavor.
Yeah. So I got the vibes from Dabi, not immediately, but when we had, what was it? There was something that happened. I think it was in the second episode where he was talking about toppling Hero Society and kind of showing them how fragile things was. He was kind of echoing some of Shigaraki's words.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this edgelord, I love it.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I was saying he's such a good throwaway edgelord villain. But then I had this vibe when he spoke with this conviction. I'm like, wait a minute, are they trying to give him character? And then I had this ooh, and I don't know, man. When they revealed the blue fire, I'm like,
yeah. All right, and I didn't make the whole connection of Endeavor, the fact that he ended up using blue fire as well. Now, now to be fair, that seemed to be Endeavor being all right, this is actually, blue fire isn't just a color difference. This is actually
a power difference.
It's a power difference. It's hot enough to melt the Nomu's head, right?
Right.
With Dabi, it doesn't seem to be as hot as fire would normally have to be blue.
Right.
So
he's an edgelord. He might be just trying to stand out,
Sure.
Edgelords just want attention. I mean, especially
just need somebody to love them.
Yeah. And if he is an edgelord, it would make sense why he needs attention, because Daddy didn't show him any love.
And that could be an awesome way to, because here's the thing, they have all these villains, right? But they need to be more than just villains. You want there to be personal connections with the heroes that they're fighting, right? That's why season 2 episode 10 was so good, right? Because it was people that had a personal connection. There was a reason that they were fighting. It was an emotionally driven fight, right?
And so far, none of the villains have that yet.
Exactly.
But if they're building that up with Dabi, that's a great way to do it.
Yes.
Also, Dabi and Toga came in before all these other ones in terms of literally joining. Right. So they're probably on a slightly higher priority level of character development than the others.
And we got our first hint at a femme fatale battle. With Uraraka.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Which is going to be crazy. But the thing is, Uraraka and Sue together will be pretty awesome because Sue could, Uraraka could throw Sue up. Now, wait, but if Sue doesn't have any weight, then if she tried to pull Uraraka up, would that mean she'd just get pulled back to the ground?
No, you know where the problem is here is Sue's tongue. We've seen it get grabbed before.
No.
I would really...
Oh, no,
MHA is all about scars and stuff, right? We've seen Toga use a knife. I'd say the main weakness Toga is going to have if they fight is that Sue can just get her at range.
Right.
But if Toga lets her get her and then cuts off a part of the tongue, I am going to rage.
Yeah.
I am going to be so angry you touched Sue.
Here's something, though. If Uraraka managed to touch Toga, Sue could use her tongue to whip Toga around like Hulk smash type deal.
Now, I think that's great. I think that if they do actually fight for more than 10 seconds, which that doesn't suggest, just be like, we showed this in the Beast fight. Yeah, this is nothing. And then you just throw her like 10 miles that way.
And then turn it off.
And right at the end of the top part, release, and she dies. Like that would be hilarious.
But it's totally not gonna happen. They might try and do something like that, and then she cuts off Sue's tongue.
Right. What I'm more worried about is that this is going to be a means to showcase Toga's quirk.
Right.
Because they showcased Dabi's quirk in this episode.
They've done a lot of hinting for, and foreshadowing and stuff for Toga's quirk, but they haven't actually thrown it in action.
And if she is some kind of vampire or what have you, it's
perfect for that test of courage night in the woods.
It's basically the question of why, if she is a vampire, why does she do it beyond maybe she gets some enjoyment out of it?
Yeah, but
Stain drank blood. To
paralyze people.
He did it for a reason.
What happens when she drinks blood?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The other villain that revealed his quirk, the one in the stormtrooper suit, releasing, maybe that might be just the equipment. That would actually make a lot of sense, is that the equipment is there to cover up for the fact that their quirks are maybe more just combat, and we need some CC in this group. Sure. We need some crowd control. Let's get them all wear gas masks for the people that are going to be in the smoke.
Because there's 46 in total on the good guys' side. And 10 on the side of the villains. So even if they're elite and all that stuff, they're still at a numbers disadvantage.
Right. And so Todoroki alone could probably take 4 of the villains without even trying.
Right, exactly. So Todoroki, Bakugo, and Deku are kind of like the problem children.
Right, but none of them have a counter against gas. So who can counter gas?
They might.
Aizawa won't be able to do it because he probably won't be able to see him.
What they might be able to do is they might be able to burn it from the air. Because it's still an agent of some kind that is in the air.
Yeah.
If they just end up torching everything.
Wouldn't that just excite the molecules?
No. If anything, it would actually draw it in because it would burn up the oxygen. So because big fires can create vacuums, right?
That's true. There you go.
That would be able to potentially suck the gas in.
All right.
Destroy it. Or at least contain it. Make it less of a widespread issue. Now, it would probably set the entire forest on fire. But it's already on fire.
The forest is already on fire.
So
what I'm thinking the villain's goal is, they used Dabi and the other guy to create a mass AoE kind of distraction.
Sure.
And that draws pro heroes, at the very least, out. And they have someone else out there. There are a couple people that, we saw in the opening and stuff like that that probably have some kind of like stealth quirk.
Right.
And what I'm more worried about is what they're doing.
And that's,
because they're probably the actual mission.
And that's actually what I'm most excited about, too, because I've always wanted to see a shonen fight that is about basically sneak attacks.
Oh.
Right? Like, and in something like this, that is exactly
I wouldn't even
the
see
kind
it
of
as
thing
a
they would
fight.
want. Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't even see it as a fight. It's just where they just go, whoop, they grab someone and they're gone.
And they're gone.
Yeah.
Yep. Imagine if that happened to Bakugo. He would be so upset.
Yeah. Another theory that like we had a while back was that if the villains attacked, it would be at night. And who gets powerful at night? And who did they focus on showing that he was training for
reveling in the darkness.
Reveling in the dark.
Yeah.
He said revelry in the dark 3 times. 3 times!
There's gonna be this thing where someone's like, okay, alright, this is gonna be awesome, and Tokiyama's just like, yes, come closer.
Stand up power! And then just unleashing the full fury
People
of
are just
dark
gonna be
shadow.
Yeah, because it's like at USJ. You know,
Right.
there's like they're doing this thing, and then this massive hand just comes around and crushes somebody.
Because that was technically a somewhat darker environment.
Yeah, because it was in a stormy area, so
Yeah, it was called Squall, I think. Yeah, it was a storm environment. Yeah. Either way, it was darker, and
Right.
Kota was being
And this
the
is
perfect
at
bait.
nighttime.
Yeah, this is night.
Yeah.
So forest, night. No
He's gonna
moon
go all,
and
like,
stars are gonna pierce through
Predator
the,
on them
the
and-
trees and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just-
In fact, it might have been like a good thing that he did at least some training prior
sure
to this.
to help control it.
Because if he is able to control it, then awesome. But imagine if we have
Right.
gas, fire, and Tokiyami's quirk out of control.
That would be
That's
a bit
pure
of an issue.
chaos. Like
Yeah.
that's insanity.
Yep.
Yeah. I want to see what Vlad King's quirk is.
Yeah. Okay. Because here's the thing.
I forgot that he was even there.
That's my main
You think he's
issue.
you think he's a good like
if they
to
did
be
want
killed pro hero?
well, either to be no, actually no. I would say because if they had, they would have focused on him a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
But he seems like the person that they introduced, and it's like, oh yeah, this guy, of course he's here. But if they did want to have a mole, and they don't need to, but if they did want to, he would be the one that would make sense. Because
he did know about the location being changed at the last minute.
Yep, he knew about all that stuff. Because here's the thing. Okay, it's not Aizawa, right?
Oh god, no. They would never make Aizawa.
And then with the Pussycats, there's 4 of them. So they could do that if they wanted to, but the way that it would make the most sense in my mind, it would either splinter the group, or they would make it so that the entire group is in on it. Which is a bit unlikely.
Which is a bit unlikely. No.
So if they, like, he seems just like the one that if they wanted to have a rat, he's the obvious one. But yeah, I don't know.
I guess we'll revisit that once this whole escapade is over.
Right, because that's how everything
resolves makes a huge difference than how everything begins.
Right. Yeah.
Well, one of the classic ways to do it is this person might just out themselves as they just disappear. Sure. You know, if we have anyone that just, where'd they go?
Oh, they got kidnapped.
They got kidnapped, but we didn't see them get kidnapped.
Exactly.
You know?
Right.
That's another thing is that, we've got a lot of kids involved in this whole thing, right? Mm-hmm. I'm a little bit worried that one of the other ways that this could be a shock and awe aspect of this is that why would you abduct the kids and not just kill them, right?
Exactly.
Well, here's the obvious one. Bring them before All for One, and he gets to choose whether or not to take their quirk.
Okay,
and then you kill the kids.
All right, there we go. Yeah, because here's this. The question I was going to ask after this was, do you think anyone's going to die? Because here's the thing:
no kids,
right?
Right,
and that's the big potential issue I might have is that kill a couple of the pro heroes. That would be great to really make it be scary because the villains need to be scary. They need to be intimidating. They need to feel like a threat. But if they killed the kids without actually killing the kids, oh boy,
oh my gosh,
just hope that it's not Toru because. If
Toru's the safest one of all of them.
One ever. Oh, she might actually wait. What if she ends up hiding, but then she ends up getting knocked out by the gas?
Yes. She's just. But she wait.
Because Because if she wanted to really hide, she'd take all her clothes off, right? So that they can't see her. But then if she ends up getting knocked out by the gas...
Because when she sleeps, there's no way that she's revealed. Because then she would need to wear clothes before going to bed. And I think that her quirk is such that it's
just always on.
The joke of it is that she cannot control it.
Exactly.
It's just always on.
So
and that's what makes it so great and so horrible is that even when she's knocked out,
exactly,
they wouldn't even be able to find her.
They wouldn't even be able to find her, and hopefully she wouldn't end up burning alive in the forest fire.
No,
I know they wouldn't do that, but that would be one of the things that could potentially be an issue.
No, see, this is where I think it's going to be.
Okay.
We talk about stealth stuff. Toru is like stalking the villains.
She's following them.
She's like, oh.
And the telepathy person's like checking in on everybody. She's like, I'm following them right now. She's like, what the hell?
Like, no, like, get away.
No, that's too dangerous. No, they can't see me.
They can't see me. It's like, well, there's this one guy named Dabi, and he seems to be a pretty edgelordy kind of guy.
He seems to be the leader.
Yeah. And she's like, and this one has a quirk that does this, and this one, and she's like, oh my god, like, yes, keep going, like, keep scouting. Actually, that's another thing. We have a couple people in Class 1A that are really good scouts. Shoji, the dupla arms guy.
Yep, absolutely.
He could get a whole lot of info.
Yeah, he could find out where basically because it's all because isn't it kind of like a sonar thing?
No, you're thinking of the guy from Sue's backstory. He was the one that had the sonar
that's
kind
right.
of thing. He can hear quite a lot, and he can kind of triangulate the position a bit by having ears in multiple angles and stuff. But it's more of that he can hear really well. He can see really well. So just take all of your 5 senses
and multiply them by
6.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
So that's still pretty cool, though. There are some students that are safe. Somewhat, because they're at the lodge.
Right, they didn't end up being able to go on the courage test.
They didn't end up being able to go, and that seems like a relevant plot point in terms of importance. Like, okay, if you have the pro heroes, there's 6 of them.
Yeah,
you have to have them deal with the situation. But if you think about where the problem is, it's that their kids are all in the forest, and you want them to come out of the forest and come back.
Yep.
And then we can radio in for help.
Yeah, and you could do that with like a simple like telepathy broadcast, assuming she's still up, which I believe she is.
Well, yes, she could tell everyone to come back, but she might have range limitations.
Sure.
But if you have kids at the lodge, like they wouldn't be able to just leave them there.
Right.
So that's the problem, is that there will be pro heroes that won't be able to like help. Like say Vlad King, for instance, he stays there while Aizawa is like, I'm gonna go be myself and be a badass.
Yeah, be Batman. Yeah.
I am the knight, and he just starts canceling villains' quirks. Actually, that's cool. Aizawa in the dark is terrifying.
Him and Tokiyami just going around like, let's be awesome.
Well, no. I don't think Tokiyami would be helpful in this, but I just think the idea of him going around and suddenly a villain's like, yeah, and then wait, what? My quirk doesn't, and then they're and then they thrust against a tree, and they don't even see Aizawa.
Yep.
They're just like, what happened?
Yeah,
and nothing. It's just
that would be
runs
great.
Away.
Now, okay, here's something that they could do to give development to the 5 that weren't able to go on the courage test.
Oh, okay.
They could make it be something where, like you said, one of the pro heroes is staying behind, and they're like, hey, we need to stay here, we need to stay safe. No, you are not allowed to go help your friends.
Right, yeah.
Because it's dangerous out there, right? And we're not going to lose any more kids.
Right.
And if the silver red dude or whatever was actually with the villains at this time, that would really suck, because then if he was left alone with the kids, he could just abduct them all, potentially. But that could be a way for them to be like, how we're supposed to be training to be heroes.
Right.
How can we not go help our friends when they're in need?
Yeah,
right?
I don't think that they're gonna spend too much time with them. I think it's more going to be a thing of like, are they safe? Yes, and then Aizawa was like, good, and they just boom, he's gone. You know.
But I would love for they don't need to like spend a lot of time on it. Mm-hmm. But if they ended up just having that little bit where they're like, but what? Like, and that was it. That'd be fine. That would I would love it. That would be a great little tidbit that would be efficient, but a way to give some great depth to these characters.
Totally. We've been talking for a long time. This was crazy. This is ramping up everything. So this is what season 3 has to offer as a whole.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think
fun
there's a
little
couple.
joke.
I think there's a couple things we didn't really talk about. There was a bit of comedy. There was a bit of stuff with Kota that we kind of more just touched upon, but didn't really go in depth into. That's fine because we can tell that storyline with Kota is not over.
Right. Yep. Hopefully he's okay.
In particular, it's more just like hype, battle episode coming up.
Yep.
And stuff's about to get real.
Yeah.
I am really excited for villain quirk reveals. Like,
Yes.
I want some really terrifying quirks. Like, I want some quirks that, because we saw in the opening the Red Hulk guy, and I think that that's a really cool like quirk as a design, like visually. But I want to see the janky quirks, the quirks that are like kind of like Tokayami's in a way, where it's like,
Sure. Yep.
oh, that's kind of like, how does that even work? Like, we just don't know.
Right, because just making them powerful isn't the same as making it interesting.
Right. And I think it is interesting if the character, makes up for it, and the character is good. But some of the designs on these villains, there was one that had like his teeth pulled back. Like, do you see when he was walking up? He had his face covered.
Yeah.
He reminded me of an orc from Shadow of Mordor that I'd like killed like 6 times or something, and he keeps coming back or something.
And then there was the one with just the face plate. Like, mask thing.
Yeah, he looks like some kind of... Was he the one with the suit and the top hat?
I think so. Maybe.
Well, I'm rewatching this episode afterwards anyway, so who cares? I'll find out there. Yeah. Guys, this was fantastic. I loved this. My Hero Academia is so crazy, and now we're getting into villains on Heroes Warfare. It's amazing.
It's going to be
We'll see you
later.
But until then, oh wait, guys, if you want to check out full-length reactions, go look at the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on our Discord there with any kind of Patreon support.
Discuss these new happenings.
We can discuss as the episodes come out, and that's going to be really cool. But yeah, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.